Hey y'all. All right, guys, it's time for our Tuesday night team call. So we were kind of thinking about what we wanted to chat about this week. And I think it's something that me and Shay are both going through in some sort of sense. So we're like, this is perfect because if we're going through it, then you guys are going through it now, or you're going to go through it at some point in your business, because this business has ebbs and flows, it has highs and lows, it has all the things. But you just got to flow with it while we do it, okay? So, what do you do when your business feels heavy? You don't quit. I'm just kidding. Very important process here. Okay, I have 3 questions I want you guys to really think about. Maybe you take a screenshot, maybe write them down, and I want you to think about these. And if you're comfortable with it, share it with your partner, me and Shay, later. So what sets your soul on fire to work this business? And this one I think is probably going to be the most like in-depth question that you think about, and you really have to sit with it, because this is the thing that's going to A, get you out of bed in the morning. B, it's the thing that's going to make you do the things when you don't want to do it. It's kind of like our fitness journey where we're like, yeah, I don't want to work out today, but like I kind of got to. So like, what's that thing that's like burning inside of you that makes you want to work, right? When you're sick and you still send an invite, why is that happening? Like, why do you want to do it? And that's very personal to you, and something that I think needs to be at the forefront of anything and everything you do. And if you don't know this reason, then it's going to be the reason your business feels heavy a lot. Okay. Are you getting comfortable with growth, or are you getting comfortable with playing small? So I will tell you personally, just in the past week where my life has been a little bit more chaotic than normal, I got comfortable with growth. And that's something I had to like realize this morning, where I was like, whoa, Ash, like you did the things, we hit the goal, right? We did 2-star, we're in the process, and we're not like pushing hard right now. And I got comfortable being in that growth set. You could also be comfortable with playing small and like, yeah, like this is where my business is. This is just kind of what I'm doing. It's not working for me. I'm not, signing anybody up. I'm not doing this, this, and this. And you're just like comfortable sitting in that moment, because either way, getting out of those moments is going to require you to get uncomfortable. And nobody likes uncomfortable, right? And do you feel like you don't know what to post or share? Because a lot of times these things will all correlate with each other. Because if you are in a lull in your business, it feels heavy, you're comfortable, more than likely you won't be posting, or you won't be sharing the good things, or you won't be sharing different things, I should say. Like, it's easy for us to do a workout and like post workout clip, right? Like, that's easy. It's real easy to like take a picture of our shake or our energize and be like, I'm doing the things. But I'll tell you right now that those are the only 2 things that you are posting about every single day. You're comfortable, and that's not okay. I mean, it is okay if you want to not move your business forward. But if you are here to grow and go forward, we can't do these things, and we have to realize that when it happens. So we are going to refocus. And these are the 4 things that I really thought about and kind of will dive into you guys with, to like how to refocus your business so that you're on a growth pattern. Okay, it's going to be your fitness journey, your nutrition, your mindset, and your vision, which none of these are like groundbreaking, right? And it all revolves around you as a person. Okay, your business feels heavy. It means that your journey is not aligned with that why that you wrote down. Okay, you're just going through the motions. So refocusing your fitness, this is probably the easiest one out of anything to do. Things to consider: can you change the program that you're doing? Guys, I was on like week 4 of lava, and I was like, this is not it. I was dreading my workouts every morning, dreading it. I had no desire to do them. And they're 20 minutes a day. And I was literally putting them off for as long as I could until I had to do them. So I had to post them, right? Which neither one of those things feels good. So that means neither one of those things are going to post well because I'm like, did my lava workout. If you love it, that's great. But I just couldn't get into it. I don't like not knowing what I'm doing. So just like constantly staring at the screen, like, what do I do with this leg? I'm very uncoordinated. I'm not a dancer. So anyway, enough about me. Change the program that you're doing. Go back to something you enjoy. Do something brand new that maybe you're doing, like the Sure Thing Super Block, where you're like, this is brand new. This is exciting. This is something you can launch. Maybe you take an old program and you relaunch it. Nobody says that you can't relaunch a program just because it's not new. I will say probably 9 times out of 10, if you were to write a program down on your stories, your followers have no clue what that is. Like, that's like speaking Spanish to them. So if you're like, we're going to do Lift 4 together, it's a lifting program, 4 days a week, amazing for back to school time. Nobody knows that that thing was like 5 years ago that it was created, right? Like, you can relaunch something. Something to consider is, when's the last time did you complete a program start to finish? Because this is big on your journey as well. It's going to be a huge win for you. It's going to be a huge win for your clients. It's going to be something that you can truly use in your business. Take your audience on a journey. And I will lead with this, as this is the most important thing that you can possibly do for your business. And this is the secret sauce to my success. Because if you guys want the secret sauce, there it is. Take your audience on a journey. Nobody buys from you just because you posted a cool workout clip, right? People buy from you because they trust you and they know that you're going to be on this journey with them regardless. Losing weight is scary. Being overweight is scary. Trusting someone with your money, time, effort, and your body is scary. So if you can get your audience to trust you because you're on that same journey with them, that's huge. Okay. I will say that is the secret to my success. Taking before photos. When's the last time that you took before photos, measurements, really dove into that and shared that? Okay. Non-scale victories. I try to think of stuff every single day when I'm on stories of like a non-scale victory. Maybe you take a picture in the mirror and you're like, this shirt didn't fit like this a month ago. Maybe you, I don't know, like today I ate like 10 vegetables. Like, what? Am I a rabbit? Like, that's a victory. All these things are things that you could share and that you kind of just have to like think outside the box when you're doing these stories. Because again, you can post your workout clip, you can post your shake clip, but it has to be more than that. Because then you're just a girl on Instagram working out, essentially. And telling a story. Your stories need to have a story. I was trying to figure out a different way to word that. Now, if you take your workout clip that you're going to post every day, but you can tell a story with it, that's when people stick around. That's when they just don't click through your stuff, because they're going to sit there and read it. So they're going to be on your content more, which means your little bubble is going to be up there more often for them. And B, people are nosy. They want to know all the things. So think about it when you're posting your workout clip tomorrow. Like, I don't know, example, when I would post one of me doing a sit-up. The first gym I ever went to, I had a trainer. And this trainer was very good looking. I could not do a sit-up to save my life. This man came over and held his hand out to pull me up to do a sit-up. I pulled him down on top of me in this gym, full of people. Okay. Now that's a story that I can post about how I pulled this 20-something-year-old power lifter down on top of me doing a sit-up, but I didn't quit. And here I am doing a sit-up now. Like, that's a story. That's something that's like, whoa, that's funny. That's great. Like, I want to be able to do that. don't know about pulling a 27-year-old man down top you. Maybe you want to do that too. But figure out how you can take those like mundane everyday things that we do and like put a story behind it. So things to do. Man, I pulled this picture out of the archives. This was like one of my second pictures I put on Canva 4 years ago. Things to do, share your day by day. And what I mean by that is like day by day of your program. So let's say you're starting Sure Thing Super Block next week. This week, you're in prep week, right? Like you're going to tell everybody it's prep week. You're going to show them, maybe the camera's behind you and you're pulling up the website and you're printing out the calendar. Then you move the camera and you go hang up your calendar. And you're like, man, I used to go to a gym and like Google workouts or Pinterest them. Now I just have a program where I can click play, tells me what day to do something, and I'm just here. Like as a mom of 3, I don't have to think. That's a win. Then you do like maybe a POV of you taking your before photos. Maybe you share how to do measurements, like where you do your measurements. And you to us, a lot of these things sound silly and like stuff that we're used to, but someone that's brand new, they have no idea where they're supposed to do their measurements at. If you say measure your arm, where? Like this is long. Like where are we down here? Are we up here? Like those are the things that you can teach on without being like a certified personal trainer. Like I feel like we feel like we're underqualified half the time when a lot of these things are just so simple that we can share and talk about. Sharing day by day, like, all right, today's day 1 of my program. I'm so excited. Maybe for the next month, your feed is literally you holding up numbers. Like today was day 1, today was day 2, today was day 3. You're on a journey and you're taking someone through that journey where they're like, I'm going to come back tomorrow and see if this girl actually did day 4 kind of thing. Share how you access, I said that, share how you access your workouts. Maybe you pull it up on your bike one day. Maybe you pull it up on your TV, your phone. Maybe you're on vacation. You're like, I'm going to download this workout. And like you screen record that and show that. All these little things are stories, but you're also giving value and teaching. Okay. Share your workout space. When I started, I had to move my coffee table every single day so I could do a workout. I started with paint cans. These are all stuff that I shared and probably should share about now too. This is the first time I've actually had like a workout space. Like I know Tara has like a workout gym, and that would be something perfect to talk about. Like I have this beautiful workout space, but like I can do it in my living room too. Like you don't need all this. Maybe you work up to having, a squat rack on your wall that I'm jealous of. And then share every day of your program. This is so key, especially when you're trying to get that like trust factor with your audience. Sharing every single day of your program and what you're doing, what it's called, what it was about. And I'll talk about this later on. I think it's in the nutrition section, but talk on your stories. This was my favorite things I learned when I was starting coaching. Talk on your stories like you're talking to your 80-year-old grandma. Okay. So if you were like, your grandma called you and she's like, hey, what are you doing? You're like, well, I'm on this power hour for body. I have my bat, and then I'm going to go do lift 4 on my mixed bike. She'll be like, okay. Like, what does that even mean? Talk to her, talk to your audience like you're talking to someone that has no idea what you're talking about, because they don't. They have no clue what you're talking about. So when you're explaining something, explain it more than you normally would have to, or explain it like how you would have to explain it to your husband. You just don't have to say it 5 times. Okay. Just explain. A good example is like when we hit 2-star. If I'm talking about 2-star, they're like, what the heck is that? Like that is me when I sit down and say, hey, we're going through 2-star qualifications. What that means, it's a huge deal. It means that I'm seeing success in my business, but I've also developed 2 leaders underneath of me that are seeing huge success in their business. Like these are the smaller things that you can explain. Like, why are you on a team call at 8 o'clock at night or whatever time it is there? Explain what this is, what you're doing, what's about, or like something that you took away from something that you're doing. And I feel like I'm throwing a ton of stuff at you. But if you just pick one thing, it's just share every day and explain. Share how this has helped you. And I think we get away from that sometimes because we don't like talking about ourselves a lot because it's uncomfortable or it just feels yucky. But if your stories, posts, and reels don't talk about how this solution has solved a problem for you, you will never get a client because your client has that problem. So if you can fix that problem, sign me up. If I put up a story and said I've lost 50 pounds in the past 2 years after having a baby at home with my 3 kids doing X, Y, and Z, someone's going to be like, oh, she did that. Like, that's what I want. That's what I want. And like, she can fix it, right? We're like Bob the Builder for fitness, okay? Can we fix it? Anyway. Next, nutrition. Why does that look like it's spelled wrong? It's not. Things to consider. Are you following a nutrition plan? Hands up if you're following a nutrition plan to a T. Wow. Oh, Tanya, I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Did anyone else put their hand up? I can't see. Kylie. Probably Kylie. I don't know. Anyway. Are you following it like to a T, not shortcutting it, not like, oh, I know it in the back of my head, not, I know how many portions I'm supposed to have. I'm doing 2B, but I'm not writing it down because that was me for the past 3 years. I don't think I've followed a nutrition plan. I'm like, oh, I'm doing a mix of portion fix and 2B. Like, what does that even mean, Ashely? It doesn't. Okay. But now, because I don't have enough going on, I decided to do gut protocol. So now I have this beautiful tracker that I'm following. I'm doing it. Okay. I'm posting pictures of my food. I'm posting pictures of like the food list, because if I started on my fitness journey and someone gave me a food list, I'd be like, I want that. I want that. Even my mother was like, I want this. I'm like, you're not going to follow it. You're not. But truly taking someone through the journey of following a nutrition plan. Again, if that's a POV of you watching the videos, if it's explaining the portion cups and say, you get these with your enrollment, like this is how much, how many like carbs you can put in this one container. Of course, my kid and husband are coming home. This is how many carbs you can put in here. And like, it may not look a lot. And then you jump it on your plate and you're like, oh, I have all this rice. Oh boy. When's the last time you shared what your plan looks like? Because again, if you're not doing a nutrition plan, you're probably not talking about nutrition. Okay. I think they just came home with half the Tractor Supply. So again, sharing trackers, sharing maybe like the tracking in the app, you screen record you tracking in the app, you writing out a grocery list, you going grocery shopping, just like these little things. You're like, I can record that, share that, right? And what do you need right now in the season that you're in? Do I need to be following that protocol? Probably. Do I necessarily want to follow it right now? No. But your girl was eating ice cream every night before bed. Now, let me just say, my stomach and my skin are not okay with it. So I need it. And this is what I need. I know that when I get off track, I need extreme structure. And that is why I'm doing 75 hard. and gut protocol at the same time. How can you use this for content? And that's just something you should maybe post on your computer, put it on the background of your phone or something. Like, everything is content, but like, how can you use it to teach and talk about what you're doing? Okay. Things to do. Here it is. Talk about the plan like you're explaining it to your grandma. If I were to post this and talk about this in terms that are gut protocol, people would be like, no, thank you. No. Now, if I talk about it like, I'm eating foods that are going to help my gut heal, that's going to make my skin feel better. I'm planning out my meals for the week. All those like little things are what you want to talk about. The plan names are not needed. Again, nobody knows what gut protocol means. Nobody knows what live for means. Mixed bike, body, like body, yes, but like, okay. Just my husband, don't worry. Break things down into something that you would understand. If you're like, maybe this is like something they might understand, go say it to your husband. And then if he's like, I have no idea what you just said, try it again. Show how you can access the plan in the app. I think we focus a lot on, we focus a lot on fitness, and we focus a lot on like drinking Energizer or a shake. But like, is that all they're getting for $200? No. I think there's so many other, can you not like take off your clothes in front of me?
My dough box, not my clothes, mother.
Goodness gracious. Teenagers. There's so many other things that you get with your app that I don't think we use enough, myself included, right? Use the trackers and share them. I can't say that enough, because if you're following a meal plan, you have a tracker. End of story. So if you're doing 2B mindset, every day you're sitting there with that book and writing down what you've eaten every day. If you're doing portion fix, unless you're some sort of like wizard, you have to track those containers. Because even right now, I'm like, I never ate 2 of my carbs today. I don't know how, because I love carbs, but apparently I never ate 2 carbs today. So like, I can't remember that. So I'm gonna share it. And then while you're doing this, if you're following a nutrition plan, that means you have recipes and things that you have cooked. That means that you have reels and stories to share. And I think my general yep, that word. Conciseness? Is that it? Through all of this whole thing, if you're doing the things, you have content. If you're not doing the things, you don't have content. Okay? Whether that is fitness, nutrition, or mindset, if you've done either of those 3 things today, you have content somewhere. Here, take your cat. Okay. Mindset. Things to do. Stop playing small. I feel like we can get into a mindset of like, Ashely did it, but I could never do that. Or I don't have a big enough following. Guys, I know 4-star diamonds that have less than 1,000 followers. It's not about the numbers. It's about what you're doing. Okay. Stop comparing yourself to everyone. And I'm going to repeat that. Stop comparing yourself to everyone, because I do it too. I know you guys do it, and I do it all the time. You're not where so-and-so is and you want to be. You've been in the business 6+ years and you're not a 2-star diamond. Like, I hear you. I see you. But doing that has absolutely no right to be in your business, and it's not going to push you forward at all. Okay? They're in a different season. You're in a different season. This is your journey and you're in control of it. dive into personal development. If you're doing personal development, and cats escaping. If you're doing personal development, you have something to share. The days that I don't do like growth day or read my book, I can tell because my stories or my content are very like basic, pretty much. But fun fact, a lot of this came from listening to a personal development podcast this morning where I was like taking notes. And I'm like, this is what I need to do every single day. And if you're listening to personal development and it's not serving you, change it. Okay. Growth day all the time. I love it, but it's not necessarily what I need that day. So I will go to like podcasts and literally just search what I'm feeling. Okay. And then the nuggets that you get from personal development, share them again. Share them as stories, share them as posts, share them as reels. If there's just a video of you walking down your hallway, put up a nugget that you took from personal development today. Like, it's as easy as that. It doesn't have to be complicated. And I'm telling myself these things too, if I realize that there will never be a perfect time to start. There will never be a perfect time to go all in or stop playing small. Because if I would have waited, I never would have started. Because when I started, I had never done a program before, ever. It was literally a leap of faith. And all right, your vision. Vision has always been really hard for me. So it took me 3 years to grasp my vision, and I'm still working on it. So if you're not there, just know that like it took me a hot minute because I'm very I guess I'm like a realist, that's what you call it. I don't dream big, and I can't sit here and say like I want to own a mansion on the beach, with my 8 cars. Like that just seems so far out to me where I'm like, I can't do that. So whatever, your grasp is, I think Shay has a bigger vision than I do. I'm like, me. And she's like way up here. Anyway, what do you want in your current season? And these are definitely things you want to like write down and look at every day, because these are the things that are going to make you get up in the morning. What do I want in my current season? So like for me right now, I'll just give you an example. My current vision and like what I'm doing with my business, I want to pay off my credit card debt. I want to put $5,000 away for vacation next year because we didn't get to go on vacation this year. I want to walk on stage, which means I need to be a 3-star diamond. I want to host my own retreat because I just want to meet my girls. Like these are all the important things to me, right? And then the bigger thing that I want in my current season is I don't want to go back to working 9 to 5. I don't. So if I can, keep my business going and afloat, I don't have to go work 9 to 5 right now. Insert income disclosure. Why is that important to you? Does it bring you joy? So I could say, yes, I want to put $5,000 away so we could go on a beach vacation in the Outer Banks, like rent a house on the water, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, that sounds great. Like I'm gonna put that on my vision board. When in reality, you want to have a vacation in the mountains with like bears and marshmallows. Like they're 2 different things. So like whatever it is to you, it has to be to you. It's no one else's dream. It has to make you excited. Are you posting content that says I can get you results and where you want to go? And I think I said that a couple slides ago. You have to be the expert in what you're doing. And you don't necessarily have to be, whatever, a doctor in physical therapy to say, hey, I'm a pro at this. But what you can say is that I've done this. This is where I'm at, and these are the results that I got. And I know dang well that I can do it, help you get there too. Okay. And I'm saying that with, passion, looking at Kylie after what she's accomplished this past, I don't even know, what's it been, 4 months? I know I've done it. I've now taught someone to do it. I'm the expert at it. I might not think I'm the expert, but like that's what your content should revolve around. Like Tara's a badass in the gym. She knows that she can teach somebody how to work out, how to get on a plan, how to work out consistently. She knows that. Like that's what your content should revolve around, is like, I can get you results. And this is how we're going to do it. So things to do. Read your vision daily. Did it evoke a feeling? So if I get up tomorrow and I'm like, I don't want to work my business, I don't want to do anything. But if I sit there and read my vision about how we didn't get a family vacation this year, that evokes a feeling where I'm like, oh, I'm going to go work now, right? Like we don't have the luxury of working a 9 to 5 where like our boss is like, where's that stuff? I mean, I guess I could message you and be like, chop, chop, ladies, I want to see your invites. But that's not me. Like, I don't write your paychecks, right? So that's the hard part of being a business owner, is you have to do this yourself. Have a deadline on your goals. So, I mean, I know my girls know, like when we were pushing to 2-star, we had a deadline and we were all pushing. We were pushing hard for that deadline. Okay. Now it's a hold for 6 weeks. And yes, that deadline is there, but it's not as like cool and exciting, I guess. But having a deadline for whatever that is. If you want to hit Emerald, make a deadline for yourself. Have a date written down, and maybe that's something you want to share too on your stories. And maybe you fall short. That's okay too. When I was pushing my first year to 2-star, funny story, I hit my goal. Okay, so you know how we have to hit by Wednesday night at midnight? So then like Thursday, I woke up and I was like, I didn't hit my goal. We hit every single time that Friday. The next day, every time. We were so close. And it's okay if you don't hit that deadline, but it gives you that urgency of like, I need to like do the things, because if not, you're just like coasting through, right? So if I was like, hey, Chelsea, go hit diamond in 2 months or we're no longer friends. I'm just kidding. I would never say that. But that goal has to be there, which that just made me think of something else. But I'm going to set a goal for the retreat we're going to have next year. And I bet you your dang puppies, y'all will start working harder and you'll start doing invites and you'll start doing connections more, because you're like, that goal is there. Okay. And I can tell you, you never want to miss a retreat, because I missed one and it was like, never again. Before you do anything, before you do anything, you do the things that move your business forward. I'm pretty sure all of us are moms, and I can tell you by 3 p.m., I'm pretty much shut off from anything business related, right? Like it's like dinner, chaos, clean up dinner, chaos, bath time, chaos, bedtime, I'm dead. Like that's it. That's all I got for you. So if I were to be like, oh, I'll just wait, I'll just do it later, then later like doesn't come, right? Like after I get off this call, I'm gonna shower and pass out. I still haven't done my post for the day. And that like, I'm like, ooh. So that's one thing I'm gonna be changing up, is make your content first thing when you wake up. When you have that like time block to sit down and work, do the things that move your business forward. It's not scrolling. It's not, this is gonna sound mean, it's not replying to messages. I have probably 20 some messages in my inbox right now that I have not replied to because I just haven't had a second. And that's not necessarily moving my business forward. I'm going to answer them. Yes, I know it sounds bad, but your inbox, unless it's someone that's like, I want to sign up, it's not moving your business forward right now. And if you're in a spot where you need to do the things that move your business forward, you need to focus on that. And what I mean by that is doing your content, doing your invites, doing your follow-ups, And then you can do the fluffy stuff throughout the day. When you're like sitting on the toilet, you can reply to people, right? Like that's when you have the time to do that stuff. And I'm here to tell you that your bat does not control your life. Okay, I don't know who's told you or what has been placed in your minds. Your bat does not control you. It is there as a guideline, and you will have some coaches that say, do your bat every single day. Do it every day. Your bat. Okay, I couldn't tell you the last time I did my bat, start to finish. I will tell you that the things I talked about on this call are the things that have moved my business forward. And it's my journey, sharing my journey, and how I can help others in my journey. Okay. It's not around the number of invites I've sent. It's not around the number of connections I've sent. It's not, did I check this box? Did I invite someone to coaching? Like all these things are great. But if you're in a season where you need to move your business forward, you need to focus on the things that are going to move it forward. And that's this. All right. So when you're posting, we're almost done, I promise. When posting, things to ask yourself, is this on brand? Does this have anything to do with anything else that you've ever posted? Okay. There's tons of reels out there where you're like, oh, like I could do that. But like, have you even ever talked about that before? Like, is that you? So like if I asked you what color is my brand, you'd be like pink, right? Yeah. So those are the kind of like the small things to think about when you're posting. Is this positioning me as an expert? How can you share your journey and that you are an expert in that said journey? Is it getting engagement? If it's not getting engagement, stop talking about it. Okay. I love sourdough. I love making it. I haven't talked about it in a hot minute because it was getting me nowhere. Because everyone and their grandma is doing sourdough and people aren't coming to my page for sourdough. Is it something cool you can talk about in your stories? Yes. Should it be a reel or a post? Probably not. Is it getting people talking? So what I mean by that is like, is it evoking a feeling? Is it asking them to do something? Is it asking them to reply with something or share it? Or what I'm getting at is if you post a video of you walking down the hall with a motivational quote on it, it's not necessarily going to do anything for your business. Now, if you can take that video of you walking down the hall with a motivational quote, and then in the caption, you write about a story, then that's when people start talking and thinking and replying. I hope that makes sense. Do people know they can join me? I think this is a very small thing that sometimes we don't do. I think we think when our boot camp has started that we don't have anything else to invite to. We're all done, right? Like it's done. Date, done. But unless it's something that has like a hard start and end date, like our health bed or whatever, people can join you. People can join you and they need to know that they can join you. Because if they don't, again, you're just another girl on Instagram working out. And that's cool too. But like, if you want to make money, they need to know that they can join you. If you want something super simple, it's going to be a call to action every single day on your stories. It could be a poll. It could be your link to your form. There has to be something. If you want to like challenge yourself a little bit, maybe your stories one day are full on about your health journey and you're inviting to your boot camp. And then the next day you're talking about coaching more and your invite is to the opportunity. And you can go back and forth. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Your content could be, 2 weeks about your boot camp, 2 weeks about partnering. It could be a couple days, like whatever you want to do, whatever is going to make it easier for you. I think that's the last one. Your audience no longer really needs to know or like you to buy. This is kind of changed since 2020, where that was like just a thing. They do need to trust you. Again, the trust is built when you share your expertise by leaning into what you do. So, again, sharing all the things and how you're doing them, how you help people. So, are you sharing wins from the groups? Just because my name is like the person that created the group does not mean that I'm the only person that can take stuff from that, that can share stuff from that. What's mine is yours. So, screenshot, screen record, talk about just in general. Like, I know my fitness besties chat, that group gives me life. You go in there and people are just like nonstop posting. There's people every day. Like, I wouldn't have worked out if I didn't have like this group just steady popping up on my phone about people working out. Those are the things you want to talk about. Where am I at? And what your take is on it makes you a thought leader. Okay, I don't know what that means. Makes you a leader in their eyes. It builds authority and trust. People buy from people they trust and can get them the results they want. By sharing your expertise with them, you will show them that they can trust you. So that is all I got. Does anybody have any questions? I know that was kind of a lot. Stop share. Woo! My jowls hurt. You can probably end the recording.
No, I just stopped recording.
I'm reading the comments now. But yeah, that was a lot. Yeah. And essentially, like, if you guys want to try some of this stuff out for the week, and then you're like, hey, like, can you go look at my stories and tell me like what I can improve on, what I could do better? Like, that's what we're here for. We're no like pros in any of this. Wow, I have 4% battery on my computer. Okay. But yeah, I hope that's helpful.